ever get one of those like eerily specific ads and you're just like, okay, how do they know that about me? It's like businesses have all this data about us, but they're still kind of struggling to connect the dots in a way that actually makes sense, for us, the customers.
Yeah.
But what if we could like flip the script?
Right.
What if we could turn that data into something that's actually insightful, something that benefits both businesses and the people they serve?
That's a really interesting question. And it's something that FLYDE, this company we're looking at today, is really trying to tackle.
Okay.
They're claiming to revolutionize how businesses use customer data.
Okay.
And it's not just about like collecting data.
Mm-hmm.
It's about turning it into like a strategic advantage.
Right. And they're not just talking about like, small improvements here and there. FLYDE is claiming to help businesses predict everything.
Yeah.
From like customer churn to product demand, even down to like the lifetime value of individual customers.
Bold claim.
It is a bold claim.
And they say they can do it through AI and machine learning.
Okay, so instead of just like relying on, kind of what they've done in the past and those outdated forecasting methods.
Kind of looking in the rear view mirror. This is like FLYDE is giving businesses a glimpse into the future.
Oh, okay.
At least that's the goal.
That's the claim. Yeah. And that's a pretty bold claim.
It is.
But I think before we go too far down the AI rabbit hole, let's back up a bit.
Okay.
What problems is FLYDE actually trying to solve here?
So one of the biggest challenges for businesses today is that customer data is like scattered across all these different platforms and systems.
Well, yeah, for sure.
You've got your CRM, your marketing automation tools, your e-commerce platform.
Right.
It's a lot to wrangle.
Yeah, it's like having a puzzle.
Yeah.
But the pieces are like spread out all over the room.
Exactly.
And even if you can find all the pieces, good luck figuring out how they actually fit together.
Right. And that's where FLYDE steps in.
Right.
They're promising to create this like 360-degree view of the customer by integrating all this data from all these different sources.
Okay.
They call it a customer data platform, or CDP.
Okay. A CDP?
But with a twist.
All right. A CDP with a twist. Now, that's where I think things are going to start to get interesting.
Yeah, so we're talking a CDP powered by AI.
Okay, so what does that actually look like in practice?
So imagine being able to see not just what a customer bought, but their entire journey leading up to that purchase.
Okay.
What pages did they visit on your website?
Okay.
What emails did they open?
Right.
What are they saying about your brand on social media?
Interesting.
FLYDE brings all that information together.
Wow.
To create this like detailed profile for each individual customer.
Okay, so that's a gold mine of insights.
It is.
But how does FLYDE go beyond just like collecting the data to actually predicting future behavior? Because that's a big jump.
It is a big jump, and that's where I think the AI magic comes in.
Okay.
So FLYDE's algorithms are designed to sift through these massive amounts of data, identify patterns,
okay,
and then actually generate actionable predictions.
Okay, so give me an example.
Let's take churn prediction.
Okay, churn prediction. So a business wants to reduce customer churn.
Right.
How would FLYDE actually help them do that?
So FLYDE's AI could analyze thousands of data points, like their purchase history, their website, browsing patterns, even how often someone contacts customer support.
Wow.
And by identifying these subtle patterns and anomalies, FLYDE could say, hey, this customer is likely to churn.
Oh, wow.
And they could even provide insights into why.
So instead of like waiting for a customer to cancel their subscription or like stop buying your product, you could actually step in and maybe fix the problem before it even like becomes a problem.
Exactly. You could reach out to them with a personalized offer or maybe an incentive right before they're about to jump ship.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like we were saying earlier, FLYDE helps businesses get ahead of the curve instead of always kind of playing catch up.
Right. And that proactive approach can really have a big impact on a company's bottom line.
Yeah.
FLYDE claims they can help businesses increase ROI and ROAS, boost customer lifetime value, and even save time and resources.
Okay.
By automating these key processes.
Those are some pretty impressive claims, and I always like to see the numbers.
Sure.
But for those of us who aren't data scientists, how user-friendly is FLYDE, like in practice?
Right.
Is it something that you need like a whole dedicated IT team to implement and manage?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because even like the most powerful technology in the world is useless if it's too complicated to actually use. So thankfully, it seems like FLYDE has made user-friendliness a priority.
Okay.
They really emphasize their pre-built connectors, which means you can seamlessly integrate it with like over 40 different platforms.
Oh, wow. So you're not having to reinvent the wheel?
Exactly.
Or hire like a whole team of developers just to get started.
Exactly.
That's definitely a plus.
Right. And on top of that, they highlight their intuitive dashboards and reporting tools.
Okay.
Which suggests to me that they put a lot of thought into making these insights that the AI is generating accessible so you can actually use them.
Okay, so it's less about just like data overload and it's more about data empowerment.
Exactly. And this approach is really reflected in some of FLYD's key features.
Okay.
One that really stands out to me is their lead-to-customer prediction engine.
Lead-to-customer prediction engine. I'm curious about that one.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that FLYDE can predict churn.
Right.
But can it also tell you which leads are most likely to actually convert into paying customers?
That is exactly what this feature aims to do.
Wow.
So by analyzing all this data, website interactions, email engagement, FLYDE can say, hey, these are your most promising leads.
Wow.
Focus your efforts here.
So instead of wasting time and money chasing after leads that are never going to go anywhere,
Exactly.
you can really target the ones that are most likely to convert.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
Right.
And that principle extends to another key feature, lifetime value modeling.
Okay, lifetime value modeling.
Yeah.
Break that down for me. What is that, and how does that work with FLYD?
Okay, so imagine being able to predict not just whether a customer will make a one-time purchase,
Okay.
but their total value to your business.
Wow.
Over the entire relationship you have with them.
Okay.
That's the power of lifetime value modeling.
So FLYDE can basically tell you how much a customer is worth.
Essentially, yes.
Over the long term.
Over the long term.
That's some serious information.
It is really valuable information.
Oh.
And it helps businesses make smarter decisions about everything.
Yeah.
From like how much they should spend to acquire new customers,
right,
to how they can keep their existing customers happy.
It's really starting to sound like that crystal ball that we were talking about earlier.
It's pretty amazing.
But it's not magic. It's data.
It's data.
It's AI.
And AI.
Giving businesses a clearer picture of what the future might hold.
Exactly. And it's not just about predicting the future. It's about understanding why. Like, why are customers behaving this way?
Okay.
What's driving these predictions?
Interesting.
So businesses can use that information to make even better decisions.
They also mentioned something called geomarketing on their website.
Oh, yeah. Geomarketing.
What is that all about?
So that's all about using location data to understand customer behavior.
Interesting.
So like imagine you're a retailer with multiple locations.
Okay.
FLYDE could look at foot traffic patterns, customer demographics, even local events.
Wow.
To help you optimize your marketing campaigns and how you manage your inventory.
So you could target like specific promotions to people in a certain neighborhood.
Right.
Or like adjust your store hours based on when people are actually out and about.
That's the idea.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah. It shows how FLYDE is designed to work in the real world, not just with like data points on a screen.
Right. It all sounds incredibly powerful.
It does.
But I do have one question that I think is important to address.
Yeah.
With all this talk about data collection and analysis, what about privacy?
Right.
What is FLYDE's stance on data security and all the ethical considerations?
That's a really important question. And to be honest, the excerpts that you shared didn't really go into detail about their specific policies on data privacy.
Okay.
So that's definitely something to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's a crucial balance to strike.
Absolutely.
Data-driven insights are great.
Right.
But we also need to make sure that we're handling people's information responsibly and ethically.
100%.
Okay, so maybe shifting gears a little bit. One thing that did stand out to me was FLYDE's emphasis on a simple approach.
Yeah.
So even with all of this really advanced technology, they seem to be very focused on making their platform accessible and easy to use.
Yeah, that seems to be a theme for them.
Yeah.
They've clearly thought a lot about the user experience.
It's like having a state-of-the-art kitchen but not knowing how to boil water.
Exactly.
You need that user-friendly interface to actually unlock the potential.
Absolutely. And speaking of unlocking potential,
yes,
FLYDE's approach to customer data has the potential to completely transform the way businesses operate.
Oh, for sure.
Across so many industries.
Yeah, like it's not just retail and e-commerce we're talking about.
Right. It goes way beyond that.
Finance, healthcare, the list goes on and on.
And as AI and machine learning keep evolving,
we're
going to see even more innovative applications emerge.
It's a really exciting time to be a data-driven business.
It is.
But for those who maybe feel a bit overwhelmed by all the talk about AI and algorithms,
Sure.
I think it's important to remember that at its core, FLYDE is really about something very human.
Right.
Understanding people.
That's a great point. Ultimately, all this data is really just a reflection of human behavior.
Right.
And FLYDE is giving us a new way to decode that behavior
Yeah.
and use it to create these like really personalized and meaningful experiences.
And it brings us back to the heart of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How can businesses use data not just effectively, but ethically to build those stronger relationships with their customers?
It's such an important conversation, especially as tools like FLYDE are, becoming more and more sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
We have this ability now to predict behavior.
Yeah.
But that comes with a responsibility to use that knowledge thoughtfully.
Absolutely. It's like that old saying, with great power comes great responsibility.
It's
It's not enough to just have the tools you have, to use them in a way that actually benefits everyone.
Right. And I think transparency is key here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Businesses need to be upfront with their customers about how that data is being used.
For sure.
And how it's actually benefiting them.
Transparency builds trust.
Absolutely.
And these days, trust is more valuable than ever.
Couldn't agree more.
But, stepping back for a second,
Yeah.
they've been in the data analytics game for, over 15 years.
That's a long time.
It is a long time. That's quite a while.
Yeah, they've seen it all.
They've seen it all. They've probably witnessed, the entire evolution of data analytics.
For sure, adapting to all these new technologies.
Right.
And changing customer expectations.
Which makes these claims of, huge ROI and ROAS gains that much more intriguing.
Yeah.
Because this isn't some new company,
Right.
trying to make a splash. They've got a track record.
They've got the experience.
They've got the experience.
And I think that speaks to this larger trend that we're seeing.
Which is?
That data, when you use it effectively, can be a huge driver of growth for businesses.
Yeah.
And FLYDE is just one example of that.
It makes you wonder, what's next?
Right.
Where do we go from here with customer data analytics?
That is the million-dollar question. Because AI and machine learning are evolving so rapidly,
Yeah.
who even knows what kind of tools and applications we're going to see in the next few years?
Personalized experiences tailored to, our exact preferences delivered in real time.
And like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It really is. It's wild.
But it also highlights how important it is to stay informed and be adaptable.
For sure.
The world of data is changing every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And the businesses that can keep up are the ones that are going to succeed.
So true. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've talked about the potential of FLYDE,
Mm-hmm.
the AI-powered predictions, the focus on user-friendliness,
We talked about the ethical
the
considerations.
ethical considerations,
Yeah.
all of it.
The future of customer relationships.
It's been a really fascinating deep dive into this whole world of customer data.
It has.
And hopefully our listeners are walking away with a better understanding of how data is transforming business
Yeah.
and maybe sparking some important conversations about, how we use it responsibly
I hope so.
and ethically.
And maybe a little bit of curiosity, too,
Yes.
about the future of all of this.
A little bit of curiosity about what's next.
Lovely.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep
I like it.
into the world of knowledge.